this point, we will now talk about your Miss International journey. And I've heard a lot of stories from Stephen.
It's a very short Miss International, but so colorful
Yes.
and
Oh
lots of
yes,
stories.
it was.
So,
It was so meaningful for me because since day one, um, the pressure was on. The girls love to read Missosology, so because you guys have already had a top 10 and I was part of them, and since I had so many write-ups, I guess because the pressure was on my side, it was between me and Miss Venezuela.
That's true.
So
Yeah.
at that time, so they were, and I was late for one day because I had to do singing B.
mhm.
Mm.
I had because I won singing bee in Philippines, so I had to be late
Stay
for
for,
one day, just
stay
for
for
one day.
round.
Yes, stay for one day to compete with. It was the championship, so I had to stay and get. I didn't win, but it doesn't matter. When I arrived in Miss International, the breakfast. Um, Before my roommate, um,
With
she
tea.
told me, yeah, she told me, oh, Miss Philippines, just to let you know, everybody's waiting for you. And I was like, huh?
Oh,
Yeah, everybody's waiting for you in breakfast. And I was like, oh my god, oh my god. I had to strategize. I have to wear the most pearls, the most beautiful. I have to be calm with my face and like relax. And like I was praying in the elevator as I go down, like, Lord, please let this be nice women. Let this be like nice women. Because I don't know, like in the Philippines, um, I had a little bit of like who they are, right? Because
Mhm.
um, there were so many write-ups about them and like their experiences in the pageant world. But when it comes to international contestants, I don't know who they are or what they feel.
mhm.
So when I got to the breakfast, I was a little bit scared, but everybody was so nice. But everybody was waiting for me. Casey was, she was right. They were all waiting for me because they were all saying, "Hi, Miss Philippines. We're all waiting for you. Hi, Miss Philippines. Hi, Miss Philippines." And I was like, "Hello, hi." And I was so quiet. I was just freaking out inside. And it wasn't until, um, it wasn't until Stephen reached out to me and said, "Bea, you need to relax." It wasn't until I didn't realize that I was freaking out every day and people can see. Because I was freaking out every day, Stephen. I was crying in my room every day.
Yeah, I realized that your skin wasn't really nice, and not nice, not that it's bad, but it was like it just looked
Dry.
so stressed out, it's so dry. And then I remember when Kenji gave you the Nivea, and
Yeah, and
hi
the
Kenji, I
chocolate.
hope you're watching.
He's watching. Nag-comment siya.
Oh, yeah, he
Yep.
couldn't join us, but yeah, but anyway, like that's the reason why I told Kenji right away, because I don't live in Tokyo, so I told Kenji, if you can buy some, you can just buy Nivea or something,
Yeah,
or Bea, because I knew it worked on me when I first came to Japan, and it's winter. The transition from autumn to winter is really very bad in Japan. It's really bad on the
yeah,
skin because it's so dry. It sucks to dry out, and the
yeah,
hotels in Japan are like that. And I knew about it, so I thought
yeah,
about maybe this would help, and that's why I told you like to put water on your bathtub, just
yeah.
sure that
I
there's
think
water
what
up there.
what made me dry that time is that because I needed time to heal or to decompress every day's pressure,
Pressure.
I would take like hot bath. I would go on take I would put a lot of like those tea in that in the tub, and I would just lie down there and just like for 30 minutes, and I think that really really dried me up.
And I remember you were having sore throat already on your second or third day, and they said like I think it had something to do with a very dry ventilation of
Environment, yeah,
the environment. So it really sucked the all the liquids in your skin, your throat. So I
Yeah.
experienced that before, and I didn't know the source of the problem until someone told me that it's because of the dry room, blah blah blah. That's why when
Yeah.
it's winter season, I always make sure that there is a humidifier in my room. Now I have humidifier, but back then I would put a wet towel. I will hang a wet towel in my room so that that would serve as the one which will dry out instead of my throat.
Yeah. Oh, I would leave the water from like my shower or from my bath in the tub. I would just leave it there, and then
Yeah,
tomorrow and the next day I
correct.
would just, yeah, and then I would leave like a glass of water on the side, and I would drink a lot of water after that because I did see my skin was like dry,
Yeah, and your throat,
my
your voice,
throat.
yeah, you
Yeah.
were worried about that one.
And
Huh.
I think it was one of like the relaxing moment for me to realize like, hey, it's okay, relax. And I think after like day 4, day 5, my roommate, Miss New Zealand,
JC.
we, yeah, Casey and I, we became best friends. At first, she was a little bit like, were distant with each other. Apparently, she had a bad time with another Miss Philippines in a prior pageant.
Mhm.
So she was scared of me.
And she's very young, right? She was like only 19, I think, or 20. And
I was 23. She was like, yeah, 19 or 20 that time. And
yeah.
at that time, and I was there to freaking join the pageant. She was there just to like, it was one of her like, I'm just here to, see if this pageant is nice or not. That's
Mhm.
what she said to me. But then later at like the day 5 or 6, we became best friends. We got to know each other. We loved each other because we have the same mannerism. We're very organized. Our room's freaking like clean. There's nothing. We're so organized. My clothes were already prepped for tomorrow a night before. Stephen, there's 2 clothes outside for my breakfast and for um outside, and there's 2 options for the necklace and 2 options for coats, a thicker coat and a lighter coat. I was intense. My shoes was there, comfort shoes, and then like the high heels, the power boots. And she saw that and she was really amazed, and she would ask me to borrow some stuff, and then hairspray, and like, like we would share, and then we connected. And then every night Casey would make her evening gown.
Because it wasn't done.
It wasn't done. She would be like gluing her crystals on the gowns
That's
every
true. Yeah, I
night.
remember. Yeah, because she was looking for a glue, and Miho, your chaperone, actually went
Yeah.
out to buy the glue. The glue.
Yeah. Yeah. And we are both very organized with time. So we managed our time. She would go first to the toilet and then shower and then leave, and then while she's doing makeup outside, I would be doing shower and stuff, and then she would come back to the washroom to do our hair, and then we would leave, stuff like that. It was just fun. And then I think it worked for me that I had such a nice and organized roommate,
You're very lucky
because
with Casey, actually.
oh, we
I
were
think
both lucky.
both lucky for each
We were
other.
both lucky because we are really good friends with Netherlands and Poland.
Yeah, you're.
We're a team. We're four best friends, and 3 of us won. So we're right beside each other. So when Casey and I would go to their room, like I think one time they hosted like a little get together with the girls and I. So all of our group, Miho's group, we stayed at Netherlands and Poland's room, and it was so dirty. I mean, not dirty, but like there were the
Yes.
clothes. The clothes was like hanged. So we knew what they were gonna wear, and so Casey and I, see, you're so lucky that she's I'm your roommate.
Mate.
I was like that, and then she was like, "Oh yeah, I know you're very lucky," because there was like they were very like opposite. The both of them, they had their own like, this is my side, this is my side, But me and Casey, we were fluid. We had no sides.
Maybe it has something to do with the islander life. New Zealand
Maybe,
being islands, and,
maybe,
and Philippines also
maybe
being.
that, maybe that.
So
But
Bella, you
yeah, sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, and I think what I loved the most about the pageant was the fashion of the girls.
Mm.
Right, Stephen?
Yeah, it's
Poland, Poland was a walking runway.
she's tall, straight
Honestly,
hair, and
she's tall,
something.
skinny, a model, dark hair, like big eyes, very small waist. You know, she has a nice figure, like nice, and then she pulled out a lot of clothes from talented um
Designers.
designers from Poland, and I
Yeah,
was like, oh my God, girl, you are so lucky.
yeah. That's the thing about Miss International Poland or every Polish delegate in Miss International. They usually have young designers who are helping them, and then hey, just wear my clothes, blah blah blah, and then they just pull them in and put them
Yeah.
all in the luggage, and they would just wear them during different events. That's the same thing that Marta also told me when she came. Marta Palutska, who was 2008
Mhm.
delegate with Atisa, same thing. She said that there are so many young designers in their country who would love their clothes to be worn by a Miss Poland.
The
So
Miss Poland. See, there's so it wasn't like, like it was runway ready. It was like almost couture. And I was like, oh my God, I want those clothes. And Netherlands, Natalie Den Decker, she just came from Miss Universe.
a
She
year
was a Miss
before, yes,
Universe.
yeah.
So, it's like I was, Mom, what are you doing? You're annoying.
She's gonna make you read again the comments.
Oh my God, stop bothering me.
Speaking of the
Okay, come
comments,
say hi. Come say hi to the audience.
Hello, Tita.
Come say hi. Come say hi.
Yeah, come.
She wants to say hi to you. That's what she's saying. Say hi.
Tita.
uh,
So I think Natalie came from Miss Universe. So it was from, I think, day 5. I already knew my competition is Natalie,
Mhm.
which was and she knew. She told me after. She knew I was for competition as well. Um, in day 5 or like 1 week after. But I didn't feel a competition between the four of us, especially with Natalie, since she was my first runner up. I didn't feel any competition between us because she was just very, very nice.
She's very nice.
She
Yeah.
was the sweetest girl in the world. And at first I was weirded out, like, how can you be beautiful and nice?
Yeah, and she's a lawyer already. You know.
Oh my God. And she's so popular. She's
Yes.
a very popular girl in Netherlands. And I
Yeah.
was like, oh my God, how are you so nice? You're like little Miss Perfect. And she's just like, no, it's just my mom. My mom is like the most sweetest mom, and that's how she became one.
And every year, I guess the Dutch delegates are really sweetest. I think they have
I
won the most
know.
number of Miss International Europe because the Miss International Continental Queens, they are being voted by the delegates themselves. And they have
Hmm.
won already 3 times for the past 5 years.
Wow.
So that
Wow.
just speaks a lot about the personality of the Dutch delegates or the Dutch people in general. They are just the nicest
Oh,
people.
it's probably the chocolates or the magic cakes. It's the magic cakes, I'm telling you.
Probably the milk.
It's the magic cake, yeah. And
They
the
are
and the
really so
chocolate.
nice. If there was a continental queen during your year, I think Natalie would have won it as well. She's
Mhm.
just so friendly to everyone.
Yeah, she was. And you know what? She visited the Philippines and we hanged out when
Mm.
she was there. So I'm just very, very fortunate and lucky that the girls that I vibed with, or I had like the same, I had the same vibe, the same energy, um, ended up becoming best friends, ended up winning with me. And it's such a beautiful moment to celebrate it together.
Mhm.
And I didn't feel anything between, all of the girls. We didn't had that, who's that? Like, like, oh, no. Even Venezuela and we got to talk to each other, and she was sweet as well, like really, really sweet.
Miss Venezuela is very sweet.
Hmm.
She didn't speak much English, but she
Yeah,
is very, like, she's really big.
yeah.
Tall.
She was just very tall, but
She's
she was so
so
skinny,
tall, but
girl.
she's such a
Her legs,
giant.
her legs were my whole height. Her legs is my whole height. Like, I was just like, I wish I have half of your Oh my God, I'm so sorry. It's like, can you guys hear that? No.
No, I couldn't.
Okay, good thing because my computer, there's so many updates in my computer.
Ah, okay. No, we couldn't hear. We couldn't hear. I think
But
because we're wearing.
yeah. I guess I'm just very, very lucky. But at the same time, the reason why I was also freaking out in the competition was because the girls were too nice. In a competition, when you join a pageant, you gotta feel, you gotta feel the competition. You have to feel the girls' energy. And all the energy that I felt with these girls were niceness, light, light emotion, light energy. And then I was freaking out because how are these girls not even trying to compete with me, with my all this like angst that I have, like how I was in Binibini. I took that Binibini energy to Miss International, and it was so different. It was like total opposite. Miss International is really was just the most fun, relaxed, and beautiful pageant for me.
Exactly what Kenji said. Bakit parang
Yes.
walang competition dito? Mas intense pa sa Binibini. What should I do? You know,
No, I think
you
I
said
think
that
you
to
cannot.
Kenji when you met
Yeah,
him.
because I was freaking out. I was freaking out, and I was crying. I was crying because the girls were too nice.
Yeah, you did say that. You didn't feel the competition at all.
I didn't.
And
I
at the same
didn't.
time, your roommate Casey was also reminding you, just yay, relax.
Relax. Casey was like that. At the end, Casey and I talked, and we're just like, Bea, I think we made each other win because I rubbed off a little bit of competitiveness in her, and she rubbed off a little bit of just take it easy, relax, calm down, And then we rose together and we freaking won.
Yeah, and she was also Miss Friendship, which speaks a lot about her
Yes.
personality.
Yeah, I knew she was gonna be Miss Friendship on day 5 when we became friends. I knew she was very popular.
She was very popular. Everyone's just like, "Hey, New Zealand, New Zealand!" Even with
She was
the
she
locals.
was giving me her food too, so I was like, "Yeah, I'm voting for you, girl, Miss Friendship."
Yeah.
So Bea, you mentioned that you really prepared a lot going into Miss
Mhm.
International. But was there
I
ever a
did.
moment? Was there ever a moment during the competition you were caught off guard?
I guess